Hello, my name is Corley Smizer, and I am from the Shuswamic Nations. Today we will be talking from Quesnel in northern BC.
Hello, my name is Suzanne Gurney, and I'm a member of the Métis Nation of British Columbia.
Today we will be talking to our listeners about perspectives and pedagogical approaches towards indigenizing curriculum.
We're going to start diving right into ways we can further indigenize curriculum. Firstly, we want to acknowledge that in the Cariboo, we live, work, and play on the unceded and traditional territories of the Tsilhqot'in, Southern Dakel, and the Secwepemc peoples. It is important to respect and acknowledge traditional territories of First Peoples using a variety of platforms within educational settings.
As educators, we can acknowledge these traditional territories through a variety of ways, such as in lectures, within course outlines, in our emails, as well as during online learning, such as on Canvas or Blackboard.
In order to further indigenize curriculum, we can work alongside local elders and knowledge keepers to infuse culture into our classrooms and curriculum.
It is important to understand Indigenous worldviews and the distinction and diversity of Indigenous peoples by language, cultures, and regions. Just British Columbia alone is home to 198 First Nations, which is about 1/3 of all First Nations in Canada.
In our classrooms, we can include Indigenous perspectives and learn about and use Indigenous pedagogical approaches such as circle methodologies, the use of the medicine wheel, storytelling, creating community links, as well as land links.
As Suzanne mentioned, the use of incorporating talking circles to facilitate communication is a great place to start. Taking our learners out into the community and onto the land is also a great way to build relationships. One could visit Indigenous communities for field trips, events, and feasts.
One should respect and recognize rights for distinctive Indigenous customs, spirituality, traditions, and practices. The medicine wheel is a great way to expand on these topics.
The incorporation of the First Peoples Principles of Learning, also known as the FPPL, allows for one to include experiential and lifelong learning approaches. Many of you may recognize this poster of the FPPL, and it is a great idea to become familiar and comfortable with it.
In order to further infuse the curriculum with Indigenous knowledges, one can incorporate the use of oral traditions, telling stories, and inviting guest speakers, such as elders, knowledge keepers, and community leaders.
To help aid in this process, one could contact their cultural and/or language teachers in their local school district. The use of Indigenous authored texts, articles, books, podcasts, and films are also an excellent resource.
Having safe spaces in place for when we discuss difficult topics, such as residential schools, is of great importance for all of us. Some supports in place may be teachers, principals, counselors, and Indigenous education support.
Being aware and having knowledge of historical background on Indigenous histories and reconciliation will be greatly beneficial and make your process of indigenizing curriculum smoother and successful.
We hope you enjoyed our short discussion today on perspectives and pedagogical approaches towards indigenizing curriculum. Thank you.